Hello, good evening, everybody.
Hello.
All fantastic tonight. It's great to be with you. And I'm going to kick straight in and get started. So, my name is Justin Phillips, and I am an Ambassador Diamond with ASEA, which is kind of hard to believe how that's happened in just 3.5 odd years. And I'm very proud and privileged and honoured to be a senior leader in the organisation and help fulfil on the mission and vision of ASEA and bring these amazing molecules to people all over the world. Today is the 3rd of April. Oh my goodness, isn't the year going quickly? So yeah, I hope you all had a fantastic Easter. You got to rest and rejuvenate and then ready to be productive and enjoy the autumn as it comes on. I think finally the heat's finished. It was pretty hot for us even just last week. So I want to welcome you to the Shine Bright team training, and this meeting is where our growing ASEA family gathers to learn and develop our skills and furthering the mission of ASEA, which is to help hundreds and thousands of people around the world live a healthier life while achieving their own personal financial aspirations and dreams and be a force for good in the world. Many healthcare professionals are calling ASEA's products the greatest scientific breakthrough in health science, anti-aging and athletic performance of our lifetime. They are saying that this science discovery is as big as the discovery of penicillin and DNA. So the intention of this call is to support you to gain the maximum benefit while using ASEA's products and to empower you to share this extraordinary technology with the people in your life, making a living while making a difference. We do ask for your cooperation. Please do not record this call and do not distribute it to mass media or social media sites such as Facebook or Twitter, etc. Please, the call is being recorded and will be posted to the Shine Bright team Facebook community, as well as the Shine Bright team support website, shinebrightteam.com/blog. We encourage you to invite all of your associates to the call, but it's not intended for the general public. So, announcements and events. There's lots of exciting stuff happening in April, and hopefully you have seen a fantastic flyer that's been put together by the amazing Nicole and Fen. Hopefully, no, Fen's not on the call. She comes on the executive calls. So I'll just quickly screen share that, but there is a bunch of stuff coming up, particularly in Asia. And we have the Tuesday night Redox Talks, of course, which all you have to do is invite your people to the webinar, www.redoxtalks.com, which is very good. And this evening, actually, I'm not sure on who's at 9 o'clock. Is Nikki, you on the call? I thought I saw you pop on. And you might be able to tell us who's on tonight. But tomorrow night, for the experts in the house, the diamond expert in the house, is our amazing Janine Babalskis, who's probably on the call there somewhere, I haven't seen, but amazing diamond and fantastic leader. Great story to share, and I'm sure you can all benefit from sharing her with your wonderful people. So you can see there, and that's on www.advancinglifeintro.com tomorrow at 5, 7 and 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And welcome to you, all of those in the southern states that have caught up. It is fantastic to make things easier being on the time at the same time frame. So that's very exciting. And later this evening, we are going to hear from the amazing Liz Genseet, who is interviewing Miriam Smout. So I'm sure that'll be a great Redox talk too. I've had a number of three-way calls with Miriam. And she's a healthcare professional and has a wellness centre in WA. So good to have the WA people on the call. So team training, there is some team training every Tuesday, 7 p.m. obviously, redoxtalks.com. Really encourage you to get your associates along to that just to hear all the latest updates and get little snippets that can be great and listen to business builders. And later tonight, I'm going to interview just a number of questions to Nicole Dennis. We haven't heard anyone interview Nicole for a little while. So I'd love to share some of her wisdom with you. Also, if anyone is on the call that has done fast forwards, just if you have done some fast forwards, you've got some wisdom to share, please be willing to step up and share volunteer tonight, because my experts for the fast forward got invited to a Jamaican party at the Commonwealth Games, and I can't beat that. They took that offer, which is totally understandable, and they're master networkers. So the residual income support groups are going really well, and I've been getting a lot of great feedback from people that are in Clay's coaching groups doing the intensive residual income training. But anyone can do the residual income training support group, and that's Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. I also now have one earlier in the evening, which we'll get on that calendar pretty quickly, but that is kind of designed to help the Kiwis, because a lot of the Kiwis are going to sleep by the time that's happening. And that's at 5 p.m. Eastern Australian Standard Time, which will become 7 p.m. New Zealand time. They've changed their daylight savings as well. Same Zoom number, and that's a weekly one. Phase 2, that's for those that have really progressed into the phase 2 or build a team phase, is also on at the same time. The Australian Diamond Live events are coming up, and there's going to be Denny Doyle in Adelaide on the 14th of April and Melbourne on the 16th of April. So Denny's got an amazing story. He'll be supported by some of the locals and Janine in Melbourne and so forth. So that should be some great events to get your people along to, keep the momentum. And in Toowoomba on the 19th of April, Nicole Dennis will be up there. And Alan Fitzgerald is the Platinum up in Toowoomba, who does a great job of running regular events and getting diamonds up there. So yeah, that is a great way to leverage your people in those areas, invite the people, even if you don't live there, to go along to those events and get them to network the network. Shine Bright team guest events in Brisbane and at Wynnum on the 6th of April is the ASEA Coffee with the amazing duo and Jeanette and Jen Cooper. They're on the call tonight. And Sunshine Coast on the 5th of April is the Discovery ASEA with the incredible Platinums, David and Cheryl Penrose. New Zealand, there's a bunch of events happening with Selling Mr. Diamonds heading over there. Timaru, Oamaru, Dunedin and Balclutha. And then the ASEA corporate tour in Asia is happening late April. So that's Hong Kong, Singapore, Bangkok. Now, I do believe Taiwan is opening literally next week. So the Asian market is definitely heating up. And I'll be heading over and spending some time in Singapore. I'm not sure if I'm going to the other cities at this point in time, but I'll be doing some separate events, both a Discover ASEA presentation for newbies, as well as some business training. So there will be open events for anyone in the Shine Bright team. So if you'd like to get people along to that, I encourage you to RSVP to myself if you're not a part of Liz's team and Lena Chin's team, who have got the two major kind of growth areas of Singapore. But anyone is invited to encourage the people to come along to those events, as well as the corporate event, which will be on the 23rd. So the 22nd is a Sunday. I'll be doing a Discovery ASEA and some basics about sharing what that looks like. But it's much more about a product-based kind of presentation, how to use the product, and it'll go more in depth on how to use a product. And then I think the next day on the 24th, I'll be doing a dedicated training for people building the business and using the technology. If you do have people in Hong Kong and Bangkok that you really, really, really want me to go and they can get a group together and I can help them, then please contact me and I may change my travel plans to accommodate that and support your teams. So there's the Shine Bright team, 22nd of April. Okay, there's a Redox Therapy Information Centre, a health practitioner exclusive on Saturday, the 14th of April. I believe Dr. Rob Ward is going to be involved with that one as well. So don't miss that. That's going to be pretty amazing, as it usually is. And that's a part of a streaming event from that Adelaide event where Danny Doyle will be on the 14th of April. There's going to be a part with Dr. Rob Ward and an online session. So you might want to invite people to your house and include them as a part of that presentation. You can find more details for more live events at the ASEAevents.com, eventbrite.com.au, ASEAevents.eventbrite.com.au, and also shinebrightteamevents.com. And the corporate events there, ASEAevents.com. For any of those Asian presentations, the corporate ones, you'll need to book the tickets on the ASEAevents.com. Of course, we've got Dallas coming up in September, which is going to be amazing. That's our international conference for the year. So please keep that in mind. And if you're super keen to get the inside goss and see all the action at the biggest event of the year, I encourage you to come to the convention. It's absolutely amazing. And also, if you're working with with the American market, you've got people in America that might want to come, or even international. That's the event to really send them to if they want to really get a good look at what ASEA is about. That has been a life-changing event for me. Other announcements are that hopefully from this week on, in Jenny, we'll start to see some getting started training, some more structured training in little bite-sized snippets of exactly what to do when a person becomes an associate and the next structured processes that they want to go through to build their business. So that's starting to get very exciting with automating and duplicating the training system for new associates, and we're going to be introducing some rank-based training in that program, which obviously you won't have to teach, you just have to direct your people to, so they can gain the knowledge and you can save your time and be focused more on building your business rather than training your business. So That's pretty exciting. And I hope everyone is enjoying some of the new features in Genie now that you're able to communicate through Facebook. It's not logged in Genie yet, but we do have an engineer, a software engineer working full-time to look at the Facebook options, and Genie's getting better all the time. So I hope you're really getting a lot out of that. Does anyone else have any other announcements, any other events they'd like to share, make open, or anything else exciting before I go into the fast forward training this evening? No, that's all good. Hopefully people are getting their sauce as well. The VSCS sauce house turned up today. I think there was a little bit of a delay in some of the shipping with that. Yep, David's got his. Fantastic. I'm absolutely loving it. Yeah, good to see you, Jan and Jeanette. And for the kinesiologists and those that like to test things on myself, I tested all strong for everyone in my family. So I'm super happy about that. I think the VSCS sauce is going to be an amazing new addition to our repertoire. And already in my cellular health consults and assisting people with some serious health needs, I can see a real need for it, particularly with anyone that has any digestive kind of compromised digestive system. It's just a beautiful addition to the Redox. So I hope you get the most out of that. Okay, so let's go. Oh, yes, Jules.
Hi, Justin. Hi, everybody. I just wanted to acknowledge you, Justin. Today I finished working full time.
Yay! Congratulations to Jules. Let's give her a round of applause. Absolutely amazing, Jules.
And I wanted to actually thank you because you were part of it. You know, 2.5 years ago, you said to me, what do I want? And we had that discussion that weekend at Apollo Bay, and it's happened.
You made it happen, Jules. You made it happen. I want to take my hat off to you. You're an amazing example of what's possible in this business. And we've always said it's a 2 to 3 year business plan to replace your income and to change your career and grow something that's a legacy. And you've always been involved, you know, and I have so much respect for you in that you've been, you know, your work ethic is amazing, but you've never been a real people person. You've loved people, but you've not been one to jump up on stage and say, hey, look at me. Or, like you went bronze without doing a public presentation, I think. And there you go.
And gold.
Gold, right? I thought you did one. I heard you did one presentation at your house. No?
Oh, no.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You can go gold without doing a single presentation. But you are fantastic with one-on-ones. You're amazing with your follow-up. Everyone in your team, I know, is really well supported by you. You use the system, amazing achievement. And now you've been building your fortune all this time while working, and still building someone else's fortune. And now you can concentrate your efforts on building your own fortune and legacy. So
thank you. And Nicole, I can't see. I think Nicole's on there too. So it was.
Ziggy has gone on there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do an interview with her, but that's amazing. So proud of you, Jules.
Yeah.
Wow, isn't that great, everyone? Like, there's very few people that do this business full time. And Jules has joined the ranks. So that's
39 years I've been working for somebody since I was 15. So it feels a bit weird.
Wow, I didn't know you were that age. I thought you were a lot younger than that. You're looking good. The Renew's working beautifully. But 39 years of working for other people, and now you're in business for yourself. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cool.
So that's exciting anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if I could beat that. That's pretty good. Okay, so thanks, Jules. Tonight I want to talk about Fast Forward. So recently we knew the Fast Forward was going to finish on the 31st of March, and a few people were pretty worried and stressed about that because they've been using it to great effect. The great news is Fast Forward has now become a permanent promotion, a permanent feature of the back office, and it is a fantastic system to build your business. I know in Australia we've had some challenges, and we've started just on Renew 28, and the NFR program wasn't initially available for Fast Forward, but things have been getting better and better and better. And now is a great opportunity to use Fast Forward. It is a beautiful way to go for a little bit of a sprint and get some momentum happening in your business. So I was very privileged to be a part of an audience that Tyler, our founder, Tyler Norton, was talking about. Life is really a series of sprints. And, in nature, there's not many things that just run all the time. The jog. Most of nature is sprints and rests and sprints and rests. And Fast Forward is a great way to sprint. It's 14 days. We're going to go into what a Fast Forward actually looks like. But it is a really, really great way for you to Focus your energy for 14 days and also get some benefits from resources, sample tubes, loyalty points, that sort of thing. So I'm going to share my screen so you can see in the back office exactly what I'm doing to find out information on this. Let's just move that up there a little bit. Yep, that's beautiful. So go to the fast forward screen and we're going to go, we click on the banner. Open that up. So when you log into your VO, your virtual office, there's the different banners there. I've just, oh, what happened there? Let's try again. That's odd. Thought I had it up. There we go, fast forward. And that takes us to this screen. So this is where you start to see the details of what a fast forward is. So you click there to start. You do have to register for a fast forward. Okay, so you simply click there and register and it gives you 14 days. In that 14 days, the idea is to get a minimum of 4 enrollments. Now that can be associates and preferred customers. And it's got to be on like 4 tubes of Renew 28 auto ship. Now, it doesn't have to be on Renew 28 auto ship. It can be on ASEA. It can be on Renew Advanced, those sorts of things. But a minimum enrollment of 100 PV points and an auto ship of 100 PV points or more. Now, the enrollment can be greater than that, but the auto ship can be greater than that, but it's a minimum of 100 PV order and 100 PV auto ship. Now, for a preferred customer, for those that may not be aware, a preferred customer is a wholesale customer. They don't have an associate account. They don't commissions. If they introduce people, but preferred customers are a great way to get some cash in. And when you have a preferred customer, even if they have 4 tubes of Renew, for example, as their initial order or their auto ship, their PV will be half of what normal PV is. I think I've got some background noise. I'll just mute someone. I'm sorry. There we go. So don't be alarmed because in the fast forward, a PV point is doubled for the purposes of the promotional points for the fast forward. So if they did 100 PV, so if they did a 4 tube auto ship, that would be 50 PV, but for the purposes of fast forward, that's actually 100 promotion points, right? So it's still only 4 preferred customers with a 4 tube initial order and a 4 tube auto ship will still qualify you for your 4 enrollments, and then you still need to find another 400 promotional points on top of that. So for example, if all of those people also got ASEA, a case of ASEA, plus 4 tubes of Renew, then that would be eligible for a fast forward if completed within 14 days. I hope that is clear and not clear as mud. Right, so click here to start, 14 days to get it, 4 enrollments, and then 800 promotion points, promo points. So that's the difference between promo points and PV. If it's just associates, you can replace these promo points with PV. So that would be, for example, you might have three new enrollments with 100 PV order. That could be 4 tubes, it could be 4 bottles, it could be a 3-piece pack of the Renew Advanced, that sort of thing. And so that's your 300 points of enrollment. And you might have a 4th enrollment that has a 500 PV business pack. That would be 800 promotion points. Okay. Another example might be you might have 2 associates that enroll with a 4 tube order and a 4 tube auto ship. So that's 200 promotion points. And then you might have 2 preferred customers that have for example, they might have 8 tubes of Renew 28 and 4 bottles of ASEA. I don't know why they do that. Or maybe the other way around. I might do 4 tubes of Renew 28 and 8 bottles of ASEA. They might be dealing with a health challenge. But even though the PV is half that because they're a preferred customer, for the purposes of the fast forward, their PV is doubled for the promotion points. So those 2 preferred customers with a 600 would be a 600 point promotion point order. And those 2 associates on 100 each would be 200. That still gives you 800. You can make it up anyway. You can shift it any way you'd like to, as long as there's 800 promotion points in that initial order, and they're all on at least 100 PV auto ship as well, or 50 PV auto ship for a preferred customer. That still works. Okay, so should I ask if there's questions there? Because that was a little difficult to understand. I wouldn't be surprised if there's questions. But is everyone clear on the difference between associates and preferred customers when it comes to fast forward? Yeah, great. Awesome. So then what you get for that is you get 25 sample tubes, the little baby tubes, which I have all over my desk, but I don't today. And you also get 100 loyalty points. 100 loyalty points is amazing because you can redeem that for either ASEA, for four bottles of ASEA, 4 tubes of Renew 28, or a 3-piece advanced care promo pack, or any of the products that are in the VO, any combination of them. So that's fantastic. You pay shipping on that, but you get all that product for free. And that equals to about $320 worth of value. Now, if you click on here, you can, on the view contest rules, it takes you through to a little bit more detail. And with this example, you also get the fast start bonus. So for doing that, the 4 enrollments and the 800 PV points or promo points, you get your 25 sample tubes. That's $152 value. You get 100 loyalty points, $158 value. You get $211 in fast start bonus from those enrollments. So it's a value of $521 in cash and products. Pretty cool, hey? And you can do as many fast forward challenges as you want. Okay, so you just click on the fast forward banner in your virtual office and you can get started today. So all the details are in the back office here. You just click on the banner in a fast forward and it gives you all the terms and conditions and how you do it. How exciting. What an amazing system, right? So this is definitely one of the better ways for us to get the products out there and do a little sprint. You might, for example, you might do some marketing around a couple of events. You might have an event one week and a follow-up event the next week for people that couldn't make the first one, for example. And, you know, it's quite easy by doing some promo for a couple of months, for example, a couple of weeks, for example, or even a month build up to 2 events. Bang, bang, do 2 events. Make sure you register for the fast forward before you do your events, and there's a great chance of you getting that. So that's Australian dollars. Janice, thanks for asking. All right, so any questions on the fast forward promo? So that would be paid in local currency all over the world. So that is still available for the Asian market as well. Yes, Jules?
Just one question. So it has to be only 4 associates?
No, so it's going to be 4 enrollments. 4 enrollments.
4 enrollments. What if you have 5 between 800? It has to be 4?
Oh, yeah. So it's a minimum of 4 enrollments.
Oh, okay.
With a minimum of 800 points. And all of the enrollments do need a minimum of 100 PV order.
Yeah.
Or a 50 PV order for a preferred customer.
Yeah.
And an auto ship of 100 PV or a 50 PV for a preferred customer.
Sure.
So you could have 10 enrollments and only 8 of them had an auto ship. And 8 of them were all 100 PV auto enrollments with 100 PV auto ship. That would still count.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for the question and the clarity. Okay. Any other questions before we move on from the fast forward? Okay, Nikki, did you have any comments on that? Did I get all that right?
No, that all sounds good.
How'd that go, boss?
You went good. I think my lighting in here is still a little bit weird. Sorry about that. I have to.
It is. So, yeah, we got productive today and we created a new office for Nicole. So I'm super excited about that. All right. So, Nikki, now I wanted to move over to just talking a little bit about how you got started in ASEA and share your nuggets of gold with us. Okay. So, Nikki, what was it, Nicole, what was it that first attracted you to ASEA?
So the products were really what first attracted me. Was the results that I got with the ASEA liquid initially. That really got me interested in the products because I'd tried so many things and I'd never had a result like that. Never had my health shift so dramatically and in a very short period of time. So that was definitely what got my attention. I don't think anything else would have got my attention to even look at network marketing apart from a result like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Thanks for that. And second question is, how did you get started sharing the ASEA products?
Okay, so it was a few years after, for those of you who don't know our story, it was a few years after we discovered the products because they weren't available in Australia that we got started sharing. And we didn't have a lot of information because it was just Renew 28. We didn't know a lot about it. We didn't know a lot about what it could do. There was like nobody, you know, telling us to do 3 and 5 or anything like that. So literally there was like some photos, before and after photos around. And I also took my own before and after photos with anyone I could get to try the products, including myself. And I went to Officeworks and I had one of those like little flip photo books that you buy for like a couple of dollars. Oh, Justin's probably got an example. I don't do these anymore. I'm on photo book strike now after doing them for a while. And I would like go to Officeworks and print out photos and put them in these little books. And I had one in my handbag and I would just be out and people would be like, what are you doing now? And I'm like, oh, I'm working with this really great new product. And they're like, can you tell me about it? I'm like, no, but I can show you some photos. And I would like literally just pull out my little book and get them to look at some photos. And people would be like, that looks really cool. I would like to try some. How can I do that? And then I would just say, well, you can, you know, and at that point we couldn't even really enroll with products, I don't think, when we first started. So we just had some product from the US and I'll be like, I'll sell you a tube and you can get started with it. And people would have great results. And then I followed them up and got a lot of them enrolled. And we enrolled like, I don't know, maybe like 40 people, right? Or something in our first 2 months, Justin. It was like a crazy amount of people.
Yeah. We were fanatics and we started making a lot of these little photo booklets. And this was the first tool. I have a little museum, little library of the history of ASEA according to the Shine Bright team. And every product we've produced, I think I've got a copy of. And that was the first product. So there you go.
I throw everything out, right? So I don't have any historical things. So yeah, so that's basically what we did. And then we started doing in-home meetings, really. And so anyone that would have us do an in-home meeting, we would go and do one for anyone who would have us. And then we would try and book more meetings from those meetings. So that's how we got out of people that we knew into other people's networks very quickly, was by doing that, by doing in-home meetings and things like that. So that's pretty much how we got started. And then
I think that's a really cool key point. What you said there was the 2 key points. When you introduce the products to people, you, wherever possible, you made sure you got a before and after photo.
Mm-hmm.
So you took a photo of them there and then with the phone, right? And then a month later, and as time went on, you would show them back that photo and take more photos. So you had something to compare to.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So that's the first point, is that your customer service was excellent and the follow-up was excellent. 2, we did a lot of in-home parties, right? So we would play a video. We would play a PowerPoint and a little bit of a video in front of anywhere from 2 to 20, 30 people in a house, in a lounge room, as many as could fit. And then when we would take paper enrollment forms and we would put the product on people, show them the photos, and people that wanted the product would do. We did sell a lot more retail back then too, right?
Yeah, because it was kind of, you know, like at the start, the first couple of months, you couldn't really get the product here. It was a bit awkward. So yeah, we sold a lot of retail products that way.
So then we kept building all these enrollment forms until the business did open here, and we signed a bunch of people up the first week and went silver. So, right, but that's not how most people are going to start. But the thing was, we booked parties from parties. So you said how you would just ask people at the party who weren't currently hosting, the people that attended, if they would like to do that. And in many cases they did, yeah?
Yeah, they did. And I'm like, keep it so simple. And I definitely probably outsold Justin on tubes of Renew just through cruising around in daily life, you know, rather than contacting people, because I just like never talked about redox. I just showed them photos. I'm like, here, have a look at these photos. Here, put some on. And yeah, kept it really, really simple. So
well, that sounds very competitive. You outsold me.
On the retail tubes in the
start. The $12,000 worth.
Yeah, and then he was in the clinic. Then he sold a lot in the clinic, but he can't put that into the numbers, right?
All right. So you obviously have a very big vision for ASEA, and you want to grow your ASEA business in the next 12 months. So what are your daily practices that help you bring that vision into reality?
So I think something that's super, super important, and I will be honest, and it's something that I have let slide a lot since I had Joy, because I just haven't felt really good, is like having a morning routine. Like that, I think that is actually the key to success. And I always had a super, super strong morning routine. Even through my pregnancy, when I wasn't well, I had a really strong morning routine. Like I would get up. And you know, this is my morning routine. As I get up and I would listen to really loud pop music and work out. So that's not for everyone. Definitely not for Justin. He doesn't like to participate in that part of the morning routine. But I think that is actually critical, is to carve out that time and set yourself up for success for the whole day. Because I think it really does change the trajectory of your day to get up and do that. And yeah, it's something that, you know, I'm recommitting to. I did get up and do it this morning and I felt really good. I had a great day today, and it totally, totally makes a difference. So I think that is definitely one of the keys to success. I know that Trish Schwenkler, one of the highest income earners in ASEA, has that is like her sacred time, an hour in the morning where she does her practice and does her things. And you just work out what that is that's right for you, right? So my thing is probably not for most people, like loud pop music and jumping on a mini trampoline.
But there's other aspects to that as well. There's also writing down your tasks, prioritizing your tasks. Yeah. I see you do that.
Yeah, so that's probably, so I have like a morning routine, and then I have an evening routine as well that I do before, because like, you know, we have been very busy in building our ASEA business. Like Justin had a full-time job and I had another more than full-time company that I was running when we started ASEA as well, which was really stressful. So a lot of things on. So I've always done this, like before I came to ASEA, I have an evening routine. And my evening routine is, at the end of the day, I sit down and I write out what I need to do the next day. And so that'll be like my most important work tasks that I need to get done. And they're the things that are going to move like what I'm working on forward. So like I always have my important things, and there could be some things that I have to deal with, you know, like go to the post office, get some food for dinner, whatever it is, like the mundane stuff that you have to do. But I write it all down, and that has like two purposes. Number one is that you finish the day's work and everything is out of your head, and then you can just go to bed and you can relax. You're not going to bed and you're not going, oh my gosh, what have I got to do tomorrow? And you're like, you know, waking up going, oh, I've got to remember to do that tomorrow, because you've written your list and you can forget about it. You know exactly what you're doing tomorrow. And so then
switch off and relax.
Yeah, you can switch off and relax. And then in the morning, after you've got up and you've, you know, done your morning routine, you know, like we usually have breakfast together as a family at home, because we get to work from home, and we don't normally start working till probably like 9:30 because we go for a walk or something like that. But you start working, and you I open up, like I actually physically handwrite my list every day, and I open up my diary where I write it, and then I just start and I just go through and I do it. And I am very disciplined, and I won't let myself finish my work day until I get it all done. And if I get it all done during the day, it means I can chill out at night. If I don't, where will you find me at night, Justin? On the computer.
We'll be working.
Yeah, working till I get my list done. So that's how I get things done, is I'm very, I have a lot of discipline around my practices with what I'm going to do. And you just have to make sure that on your list, it is what you can do in a day. Like, don't make a list that has 100 things on it that there's no way that you can do. Be realistic. This is what I can get done tomorrow. Write it down and feel good. And I keep a pen and I check it off as I do it. I cross it off. I really like it. I don't know if that's my personality type, but I like to cross things off as I get them done. And that gives me a real sense of achievement, and it keeps me focused, because it's easy to get distracted on this email coming in or someone calling you, and actually get distracted from the most important things that you need to do to move your business and your life forward in the way that you want it to go. And that is a daily practice and a daily discipline to make that happen.
Okay, thank you, Nicole. Now, if my boss is watching, she'll be telling me to hurry up and wrap up, so I've got to cut you short. Now, what about number fourth question is, what advice would you give someone just getting started in the business, someone wanting to reignite their momentum in their business? What advice do you have for them?
So I think it's really important to get clear on and connect in your heart about why you're doing this and why you know, why this is important to you and where you see that this can transform your life, the life of other people, and, you know, be realistic that can take time to bring that vision into reality. Like Justin and I are working on the vision for our life long before we heard about ASEA, and now our life kind of looks like what that vision that we created was. So, you know, you have to connect to that and know that in your heart, but then you have to have the discipline to take action every day, whether you feel like it, don't feel like it. You have to like do it. So success is not about, you know, doing things when you feel good, when you are like in a good mood, when you feel energized. It is about doing the things that need to be done all the time. And like we do have time off. We had like 4 days off over Easter, didn't turn on our computers. But, you know, when it's a work day, it's like, yes, there is a discipline and things need to be done.
Yeah.
So
awesome. So yeah, so be disciplined, prioritize your tasks, do the morning and night rituals, so you know what you need to focus on. Learn to unplug when you need to unplug, learn to work when you need to work. And you can keep it simple, sharing the ASEA products, show before and after photos, and it doesn't matter what attracted you to ASEA, whether it's the product or the business. It's a great opportunity for everyone. So thank you very much for sharing your pearls of wisdom tonight. Nicole Dennis, give a round of applause. Amazing Ambassador Diamond. Yay!
I'm in my pineapple shirt. I've got like a thing about pineapples. Can you see that?
Yeah, pineapple.
Pineapple.
Cool bananas. All right, and that's a code word for us too. So a couple of things I wanted to acknowledge. Tonight, unfortunately, we did not have some of the fast forward superstars in the world available for the call, and that is the amazing Julie and Sasha. But did anyone on the weekend see an ASEA hat on TV? I saw it too, Pamela. That's right, funny as. So Julie McDonald was a part of the banner relay for the Commonwealth Games.
The banner
relay for the Commonwealth Games. Yep, and she was when she took the baton. A whole bunch of people run out, including Sasha, who had his ASEA hat on, his blue ASEA cap on, and they were taking some snapshots. And Julie had a good old chinwag to the commentators while she did her baton part of the relay. So that was pretty awesome to see that. And they were invited to a Jamaican party at the Commonwealth Games tonight, and hence I was not able to interview them and find out about all the amazing ways that they have used Renew 28. Used the fast forwards. They have been super successful by leveraging the fast forward competitions in their business. And their advice would be that these are key to getting free product for samples. 25 samples actually cost a bit of money, but if you challenge yourself to do the fast forward, it then gives you the samples which you can use on new people and keep that momentum going in your business. Also, 100 points, that's 4 tubes. You can then use those tubes at trade shows. Keep them in your bag and use them for demo product. It's not costing you. It's nothing out of pocket. So, there are really some great ways to use those fast forwards moving forward. So I just wanted to give them a big plug as being super successful using the fast forwards globally. I think they're one of the top in the world. The other thing I wanted to say, which I'm not allowed to go too public on, and I won't go public with naming names, but we had an ASEA athlete win a race on the weekend. So I'm really looking forward to him coming forward and going public. But it was fantastic to see someone devoted to their sport and getting the benefits of ASEA and coming away with some very, very nice prize money. So congratulations to them. They know who I'm talking about, even if they're not on the call, but I know their people are. All right. So look, I wish you all the very best, and thank you for joining us for the training. Come back next week. Someone else will be doing something exciting and interesting. I think we're scheduled for 5 weeks. And at 8 o'clock, we're going to hear the amazing Liz Chinseat interviewing Miriam Smout, a wellness professional, as to the benefits of the ASEA molecule. So everyone, thank you for coming on.
Thanks,
have a wonderful week. And be productive. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.
Thanks, Justin, Nicole.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.